find a way to find new technologies? Could we find a way to find new technologies that could break the model, change the model, drive things forward? 16 years later, hundreds of technologies later, we've created a university which just this year, as I'll point out in this talk, just broke $1 billion of research expenditures, the 4th university in the history of our species to do that without a medical school. MIT, Georgia Tech, UC Berkeley, and ASU. I mean, it's really a significant achievement. While also graduating 40,000 people a year, while building the largest engineering school in the United States with 33,000 students, 25,000 on campus, 8,000 online, and graduating 7,500 engineers and technologists this year, while doing that with a student body that is completely representative of all of the socioeconomic diversity of the United States. Now, to do that together, that's what Chris was talking about, access, excellence, and impact all in the same institution cannot be done without 4 or 5 things happening. You must change the culture of the university to make it a less self-centered, less egotistical, less know-it-all place where people hang out and wonder why everyone else is. We've eliminated 80 departments, colleges, and schools and built new schools, new programs, 40 times. The School for Earth and Space Exploration, the School for Human Evolution and Social Change, the School for the Future of the Oceans, the School of Sustainability. And this is not pop anything. Those schools now have between 5 and 20 as many majors as they used to have, and are doing between 10 and 20 times the level of research that they used to do with about the same size faculty. New designs, new aspirations, new structures, new ways of doing things. Just to give you some sense of the scale, while everybody thinks no one wants to go to college, that's false. Our Center for the Future of Arizona, which spends its time focusing on assessing the shared public values of Arizonans, more than 80% of the people in Arizona want a pathway to college for their kid. They just want to be able to afford it. They want their kid to be able to graduate. They want the degree to have merit and value when the person tries to get a job. That's what they want, and so they're frustrated. We admitted 41,000 new students last year, 17,000 of which were first-year students on campus with us, freshmen. 17,000 freshmen. Believe it or not, I meet with all 17,000 freshmen at one time. In the most unbelievable series of events that you can possibly imagine. We have students at ASU on campus from over 150 countries, all 50 states, most of the counties of the United States. This is the kind of crowd that we have that makes up the institution. And so this notion that college is fading, college isn't succeeding, colleges that aren't innovating are fading. Elite schools are the only places in the world where any of these kinds of people hang out. That's just a falsehood. Just a falsehood. We have Nobel laureates, we have Pulitzer Prize winners, we have MacArthur Fellows on our faculty, we have all these people going on within the institution. So here's some of the things that we've been able to do. Number 1 in innovation in the US for 10 years in a row. They've been ranking it for 10 years, we've won it for 10 years. Now I have a joke about that. Yeah. The joke is the bar is very low. So it doesn't take a lot to win. I said, well, whatever, we won. And so we're also number 1 in the US and top 10 in the world for global impact. Now, the reason I'm saying this to you, none of this is bragging. What this is you're not supposed to be able to do this. You're not supposed to be able to have 17,000 freshmen, 41,000 new students, 185,000 degree-seeking students, half on campus, half online, 500,000 people taking our courses that are not in our degree programs, and be elected to the Association of American Universities with Harvard, Columbia, Princeton, Berkeley, Michigan, and all the other great research universities. It's supposed to be impossible. It's not impossible because of innovation, because of learning and educational technologies, and because of doing things in new kinds of ways. Rank order of the number of international students attending American universities: New York City, Boston, New York City, and then Tempe. So 18,000 international students. Number 1 among all public universities. Again, how we reach them, how we reach across cultures. Just on artificial intelligence projects underway right now, just in our instructional environment. We have deals with 30 large language model purveyors in the artificial intelligence world. We have an open source AI deal, which is a comprehensive unlimited computation model. We've got all these things going on, meaning that we're now interacting in multiple languages, teaching degrees in multiple languages, providing health services in multiple languages, mental health services in multiple languages, working across cultures, working across all kinds of things, having a student body of this kinds of complexity. And then our relationship with Santana and the alliance that we've started with them, and some of their leadership is here today. 300,000 students enrolled at 27 ASU Santana universities, all of which are technologically empowered through what we call Powered by ASU, a library of assets, a library of courses, a library of learning tools, learning assets, all these things that are coming together. This is expanding. So what I'm trying to give you is a sense of the purpose of this meeting. We can continue to beat our heads against the wall, hoping that somehow we're going to do better in education or lower the cost of education or educate more people or bring more people into jobs that are meaningful and have dignity. But unless we figure out how to do some of these things, we're not going to be able to do that. Almost 7,000 students from India, coming from all over India, attending ASU physically. Largest number of Indian students attending an American university. In fact, the Indian students, I don't know how many of you are from India. How many are from India? Okay, well, they're taking over ASU. They're being elected to the government of student body president, elected to the student body senate, taking over all the jobs. Soon the university will probably be an Indian university. And so not just from numbers of students, but from who's running the thing. So number 2 among public universities in the US in graduate employability. Everybody gets a job. 97% have jobs within 1 year, or they're in graduate school within 1 year. 97%. Unbelievably financially diverse. We have 20,000 students who come from families with no income outside of government support. We're not a profit-seeking entity, hundreds of millions of dollars a year of our net positive margin. I'm probably the only public university president in the United States that knows what a net positive margin is. You can imagine with the diversity of students that we're looking at, how do we manage all of this? So we have mental health chatbots that speak to you in Hindi. This is the research story, up from 100 million a year to breaking $1 billion a year. Now, I can't begin to tell you how difficult this is. This is unbelievably difficult, but our faculty are able to do this because of the technologies that we've been absorbing, enabling them to become infinitely more efficient and effective. So we have tens of thousands of projects, individual projects, involving 40,000 people across the entire spectrum of activities in the US. I'm not bragging. What I'm saying is that without these technologies, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of advanced learning technologies, AI technologies, advanced educational technologies, all the things that we've got in place. This one here, National Science Foundation funded expenditures, 621 universities or colleges in the United States got money from the most elite funding agency in the world, the National Science Foundation, which at the moment is directed by Sethuraman Panchanathan, local boy from Chennai, who is on our faculty and on leave from our faculty running that agency. And no, he didn't help us to move up this list. We look at learning across the entire life now, 0 to 80. We have 60,000 learners in K-12 programs. We've got all kinds of things. Again, we probably have 100 new technologies just to manage the age variety of our learners, how to interact with them, how to communicate with them, how to produce materials for them. We're doing a really poor job building universities like ASU because generally in the US and India, we've decided that there's the great universities that admit the fewest number of people given the number of people that apply, and there's everybody else. So long as we think that, we're going to have massive problems, massive social problems. We could even have massive political complexity. We could even have people upset about all kinds of things in our broader societies. If you guys have technologies you're looking to give away, we'll take them. If you got technologies you want to sell, we'll talk to you. If you got partners, if you're looking for a partner, so we have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of equity positions in ed tech and learning tech technologies where the company is looking for a place to use the technology to prove its concept. Well, we're that place. 185,000 degree-seeking students, 500,000 registered course takers, 25 million learners that are visiting our institutions, websites, and learning from us from all over the world, virtually every country on the planet, in multiple languages. We have degrees in multiple languages. We do. We have degrees in China in Mandarin. We have other things that we've got working on. So if you can imagine the problem, we have a way to really work on it.